Hi, hello, good morning everybody. Nice to see you here. Glad to have you here. Hello, hello, hello. So we're not doing anything super important today. I'm just gonna be chilling like a okay, I'm attempting to be chill. I woke up with a with a little anxiety for no good specific reason. Nothing that interesting going on. Just happens sometimes. I just feel like I'm gonna die. It's okay. It's all right. We're gonna play some Star Wars: The Old Republic. My sleeping's been a little funky. Oh, I wonder if that has something to do with it. My sleeping's been a little funky. Luckily, I've been sleeping enough, but I've been waking up at weird times. And let me show you what I've been working on when I've been up at like 4 a.m. in the morning or whatever. I've been sleeping enough just at the incorrect times. So I am actually working on cataloging the emotes, all the emotes in the game. There's approximately 318 different ones, give or take. There's just a whole bunch of different variants of some of them too. I'll be writing down how you get each of them and showing videos of the different variations. So yeah, it's been something I've always wanted to do, but always kind of put off. I finished some of my other things I needed to get done, and I was excited. I was like, I'm gonna work on a boring, dumb project that I've always wanted to have existing. So yeah, that's been fun to work on. I've got this amazing spreadsheet. This is something that I can show you guys. I think so. I don't know how much you'll be able to see, but it's pretty cool. Kind of just some behind the scenes here. And I saw some wonderful questions in YouTube chat that I'd love to swing back to in a second. Desktop. Yeah, here we go. So we've got this wonderful spreadsheet that we had some very kind volunteers work on a while ago. I had put together like the list of the emotes, and I said, can you help write down, if you have an interest in RP, can you help write down how it actually shows up in chat? Because they don't always like show up the way you might expect them to if you're role playing. So that's gonna hopefully be a pretty cool resource too once it actually gets there. Twisted Banana Nut says, I have a weighted huggable panda bear that I treat myself to when I need to squeeze out my nerves. Does it work that way? Squeeze. More characters, says Deucen Radin. Couldn't agree more. Yes, I need more characters. Of course it's for a project, though, not for my own enjoyment. Okay, that's a lie. It's partially for my own enjoyment. If it was only for work, it would have been done by now. But I've been enjoying rolling these characters with you guys. We had a wonderful question from Emmanuel. Emmanuel asked, can I ask if SWTOR is worth playing in 2026? So I've got a really, really in-depth video called Is SWTOR Worth Returning To in 2026? And if you've ever played before, or you're looking for a super in-depth numbers kind of based detail oriented overview, that's going to be a fantastic video for you because it like just came out, is super up to date, and it's got a ton of details. If you're just looking for a short answer, the answer is yeah. Quick and easy. Should I try SWTOR out? Yes. The population isn't huge, but it's pretty steady. Updates are not as big as most players would like, but have been coming out steadily. We're actually getting the finale to the current expansion sometimes in the next week or so, hopefully. And they're working on another expansion for the end of the year, and they're working on updating the entire engine as well, which is super cool. If you have any super specific answers, Emmanuel, feel free to ask as well, and we can help answer those. How many characters do you have in total? Right now, 64. Right now. I technically need 3 more. I don't know what I'm gonna do about that problem. Joyce, maybe I'll have to maybe I can delete this character and remake her exactly the same. There's one that I can, oh my god. Okay, arithmetic can be number 2. I think regardless of all of that, I think I still need a number 3, so I'll have to either buy another character unlock or delete an existing character, which I don't really want to, but I might have to at a certain point. What'd you say is the best way to find a guild? Nucky! So Nucky said earlier, guess who just restarted her subscription to the game after years away? Huh, I don't know. Who could it be? But Negi, someone's linked you the Guilds in SWTOR link there in chat. That is absolutely the correct place to do so. It is a listing for where many guilds advertise that they are looking for new members. So yeah, that's a great way to start, and probably the first place you should be starting. But look at this. Trill said, is it worth coming back? I just came back myself. So yes, it is worth coming back. I have to sneeze. Give me a second. Okay, no sneeze happening. It is becoming very much spring. Very much spring in California. Wrench Manti says, what's your class for your main character? Great question. This is my main character over here. This is my main character. Her name is Saya. She is a Vanguard tank. So she's a trooper is her class story, and then she's a Vanguard is her combat style, and tank, properly known as shield specialist, is her discipline. And I've been playing that since the lunch of the game. Bologna sandwich lunch of the game. And I really enjoy it. It's not necessarily like the one I recommend or anything like that. It's just the one that I've enjoyed playing this whole time. How is healing in SWTOR? That's a great question. So why did I just log into a random character? Whoops. So if you have played other games and healed on them, SWTOR's healing can be considered frustrating because we don't have what's called mouse over healing. So you can't roll your mouse over your team member and then press the appropriate keybind to heal them. You have to actively click each one, which can really kind of slow things down when you start getting in the zoomy-rific mode of healing. And for players who play other games or use plugins for other games, it's frustrating. Nuggy says, but I kind of want to try it out. I've never done any healing. Okay, that's actually best case scenario. If you've never tried healing and SWTOR's your first one, you're perfect. You don't know what you're missing. You don't have to worry about it. I was the same way when I started trying out healing. So healing is not necessarily hard to learn the basics of. You click another player and press one of your green buttons. That mostly takes care of healing 99% of the time. Hey, Antrinig! Hey, you want to get a pink and or purple diamond beside your name? How fancy! Look at this. Say something in chat. So there are 3 different types of healers. There's not really any specific reason to play one over the other. Generally, the commando and mercenary are considered best right now, but it's totally fine to pick the others as well. The smuggler's really fun. The operative / scoundrel is really fun because I can't even go to the character create screen because I don't have any slots left. Let's go buy a character slot. We're gonna need one. The scoundrel and operative have stealth and they can roll around. They have a lot of movement, which is super cool, as well as, of course, the healing. And the sage and sorcerer healer are kind of considered the most classic healers. They are the only force user healers, and they're kind of the most iconic, in my opinion. They're very super cool looking, and you can visually, their graphics and stuff like that, their animations are they're very cool. They're very Star Warsy. So honestly, pick whichever one you want, and then from there, go to the basic class guides and learn the basics of healing from there. And those will get you started with 5 or 6 buttons of healing rotation. And one thing I do recommend is I don't recommend healing while you're leveling up. Some players do it, and some players really enjoy it, but I really don't recommend it. It can be very slow and kind of an aggravating experience. Healing is really only optimized or designed to be done in a group. It never really was optimized for solo play. With that said, if you guys remember Dolphy, from Dolphy.net, the previously really big fan site that no longer exists, Dolphy herself was a healer main, and Shintar from the blog Going Commando, which is currently still alive, not the person, I mean the site. Hopefully Dolphy's still alive too. Shintar is also a healer main, and she mainly plays healer in solo content. She's done some of the hardest content in the game as a healer. So yeah, I hope that gives you a little overview of things. So yeah, I don't recommend healing while leveling, but I'm sure those 2 players probably did and probably enjoyed it. I was looking for a character slot, right? Character slot! Okay, so they're 54 million credits, and I have 55 million credits. I think this is a good purchase. Do you still have your first ever character? Asked Dr. Albo. Yeah! Strangely enough, it's the one I'm on right now, actually. It's kind of interesting. I kind of got lucky. Okay, so first off, I think you guys who delete your characters are a bunch of freaks. You are a bunch of weirdos. Mr. Swtorista is like that too. He's like, I'll delete my character. He's probably deleted his main character like 3 or 4 times. And I'm like, you guys are so strange. I don't get it at all. I'm sorry. I don't delete characters unless I absolutely must, and that's usually because I'm like creating a project and need more slots, and I'm not always filthy rich. Right? Okay, so I think what's more interesting is, do you still play your main character? And yes, actually, I don't just stick her in a time capsule. I kind of got lucky in that I had a concept for a character before the game came out. I wanted to play with, I originally was going to play like a smugglery type of Twi'lek gun running, or sorry, like spice running kind of cyberware cyberpunk Twi'lek, and it's a pretty cool concept, very fun. I had a little graphical design for her too. You like the invisible gun in my hands? It happens every time I load into the game. It drives me a little nuts. However, when I joined a guild, speaking of guilds, I joined a guild before the game came out. It was a roleplay guild, so you know, we kind of make stories before the game came out. And they were a bunch of Jedi, a Jedi Order. And oh my gosh, Dr. Gameology, hey! Hi, nice to see you guys. Hello. Hi. We're talking about, do you still have your first character? Do you still have your first character? Do you still play your first character? Nice to see you guys. What were you guys playing, Dr. Gameology? So Dr. Gameology is actually a former SWTOR player, and he actually wrote, is the correct word, your dissertation on SWTOR gaming player types, and now actually uses gaming as a part of his practice as a, sorry if I'm using the wrong words, as a therapist. Did you write a book? Yes, and also wrote a book. Pretty cool, yeah. So you can actually Google Dr. Gameology and get a bunch more information about that. Or is there a specific other word we should be Googling? So nice comment from Wrench. Says, over the years, you have helped me through my adventure through SWTOR. Thank you. Oh, Wrench, thank you. Thank you very much. I see Deucin had a question there. Let me translate that one. Hopefully it's, I'm always a little worried when someone posts something not in English. Deucin, I'm sorry, I'm answering in English. If you could post in English, pop it into Google Translate from Croatian. Here, we'll hang on, here, in English, please. Hi. Okay, ready?
Na engleskom molim, Bog.
They asked, what is the new character and class? Will there be any new classes at all? They asked in Croatian. We don't know. Probably not at the moment. We haven't heard anything about any new classes or combat styles yet. There is an expansion coming. If they were going to add a new combat style, that's probably the time they would be adding it, right? Dr. Gameology says, I still play SWTOR. I wrote a book too. I was playing Final Fantasy today and getting back into healing. Oh, nice. Very cool. Do you have mouse over healing in Final Fantasy, guys? I know for sure you do in World of Warcraft, and I'm pretty sure you do in Final Fantasy. We're talking about how we don't have it here. So going back to that question about, do you have your first character? So I joined a guild before the game came out. And by the way, what I'm doing in the background here is I'm leveling like 24 characters. It's a lot. I think I have 4 left if I include this one. And I'm trying to get them just past the first point in the story because there's a specific reward I'm trying to collect to take screenshots of for the website. But, yes, words. I've already seen the story a bunch of times, so a lot of these I'm just space barring through. So I have the sound off. So you don't have to worry about spoilers of your ears, but I'll just be spacefaring through stuff in the background. Oh my god, I love this character. She's so cool looking. So this is Pleurectomy. She is number 3 of 3 for my bounty hunters for this project, and we made her a cool outfit and everything because we wanted her to look cool. So we're trying to collect outfits for Mako is the main thing we're trying to do. Okay, going back to my story, for real this time. I joined a guild. before the game came out, they were a roleplay guild. I wanted to be in a roleplay guild. They were mostly playing Jedi. And so what I wanted to do was find a role or a character type that would architecturally support them. So to kind of really be a support character for their stories. I just kind of wanted to be in the background and kind of be like a helping hand. So I decided to make a trooper because the trooper so often interact with the Jedi and are kind of their eyes and ears on the ground or like supporting forces. And I really wanted to create a character that was like fortitude, that was kind of like endurance, that was kind of like the rock, the stable rock behind the Jedi. Don't you Order 66 that. She's a trooper. She's not a clone. She's got a brain. She has a clone. That's a whole different story. And one of the reasons I wanted to create that trooper was because I was looking at the different classes that would be available when the game came out. And before SWTOR came out, I had been poking around some other MMOs. I'd never really played one before properly, but I tried out Lord of the Rings Online, and I was playing I assume it was a warrior, I always forget. They had a sword and a shield, and they were definitely a tank of some sort. And I was really enjoying having a fudge ton of health and having a shield smacking thing with my sword. And I figured the closest thing out of the different classes that could be would be the trooper. So I play the trooper Vanguard tank. And it just happened to be really lucky that once I actually started playing the Vanguard tank, I really liked the class and it winded up being my favorite class. So that was a really cool, nice little bonus. Otherwise, I would have probably hopped onto a different character. Is that the Relic Hunter chest piece? It is! It's not a very expensive chest piece either, and it dies so good. I mean, I think part of it, the yellow part didn't die, but it winded up looking good with my character. Hi, says Shadow. I just want to say I've been playing this game for years, but only recently started playing it seriously. Your site helps so much. I always have it on on the second monitor. Thanks for everything. Oh, I'm so glad. Good for you. Glad the site's such a useful resource to you, and thank you so much for swinging by live to say that. Order 66. Clones have brains too, that's where the chip is. Oh, okay, fine, fair enough. Fine. Rancor says, I watched your My Story video from like 6 years ago. It was pretty good with your kitty and family pics. Oh my gosh. I love that video. That video came about because as a reward for some other stuff that had happened, I asked the community, what video would you like me to make? I'll make one video of the community's choice, and my SWTOR story was the one that the community at the time picked as one of my favorite videos now, though I love it. Oh my gosh. Fun fact! Me and Mr. Swtorista are still married, and we're celebrating like our 10th anniversary this year. I think we already had it. We did. I just can't keep track of time. Crazy. It blows my freaking mind. But yeah, very nice. Captain Guardian awarding all you shields in Lotro. Oh, which of those am I? I don't know. I can't remember which one I tried back in the day. Probably the champion? Yeah, Kiero asks, is there a guild I can join? And you just got linked to SWTOR Guild Finder. That'll be the exact same thing you're gonna wanna look at. I know we had another question guilds, and I apologize, I missed it along the way. Scrolling. What's the best way to get more server character slots? Asked Timothy. The 600 cartel coin item or any cheaper ways? Nope. Sometimes, very rarely, they are on sale. So when they do go on sale, people tend to snatch up a few for later at 300 cartel coins. And more importantly, it's expensive. The only other way to get them is credits. So I decided to spend 50 million credits on it instead. For once in my life, I actually have more than like 5 credits. Normally, I spend them as fast as I get them. You tried with guilds but no luck? Yeah, I remember someone saying that over on Twitch chat too, but I missed their comment. It happens. Not everyone has a good first experience or even a good second experience. Eventually you find a group that at least balances out the good and the bad, or even better, more good than bad, you know? Phantom says, generally when I return to a game after a year or more, I delete everything and start over. You're a freak! You've done that twice in SWTOR. You're a super freak. Oh my gosh. Bunch of weirdos deleting your characters. I don't get it. I don't understand it all. I'm gonna make a guide about how to delete your SWTOR characters, and the body text is just gonna say, don't. Okay, let's see. Heading into the rusty something or another. Alex says, Keith, add a tech melee class and my life is yours. If they're gonna add a combat style, and that's a big if they're planning on adding a combat style, it really has to be a melee tech class, right? That's really the only true niche that we're missing. The only other thing I could think of would be like a beast master or droid master combat style, but I don't know if that would fit in well with the way SWTOR's engine works, to be honest. Gaz, oh hey Gaz, hey, we went and saw you the other day. Thanks again for the raid yesterday. Our community was super friendly as usual. I'm so glad that they were nice to you and not a bunch of weirdos. Was it a big welcome back to the game, I believe? You were leveling a new character too. Very fun. Thanks for swinging by to say hi. Order 66. No, I'm playing a bounty hunter right now, so pretty much anybody is Order 66. No, there's no specific number. It's just anyone on the docket is toast. What's your favorite class story? It is the Imperial Agent. I like that one a lot. It's not necessarily the one I'd recommend people start with, but I really like that one a lot. I like the twists and turns and stuff like that, and super cool that it's kind of coming full circle with some stuff happening in the later expansions. Spoiler free. How did y'all meet? If you Google Swtorista My SWTOR Story, you can get the full rundown. But in short, we met through our guild. We met through raiding. Alex Bandicoot says, be honest, you love Vanguard's ability to yank someone with their grapple hook. Oh, it's so true. Okay, did the Vanguards always have the grapple hook? I don't remember having it back in the day when I first started playing. I remember when we got Storm, I was like, oh, this is so cool. I could jump to people. Okay. There's just a lot of mechanical stuff of the Vanguard that I like. Speak to Yalt's wife. Where does she live? Oh, she's all the way back here, I see. Robin says, I don't know how many characters I've deleted. Freak! It's because I couldn't afford character slots and I wanted to do a new playthrough. Yeah, that's honestly a good reason to do it, but it still breaks my little sad heart here. I watched a YouTube video for some SWTOR creator who was speculating about a tech melee class. Wink, wink. Who would say that? Who would just put raw speculation out there on the internet with no real basis? Who would do that? Who would do that? Odin says, I met my wife from when we were playing Asheron's Call and just celebrated our 22nd wedding anniversary. Oh, that's so cool. Is that game still existing? I think your marriage may have outlasted that game by at least a decade. That's amazing. That's awesome. You still play with the same guild you joined the game with? It's a little complicated, but I guess technically yes. The original guild that I had joined with was named Order of Osis. Our guild leaders wound up leveling super fast when the game came out, and so they kind of abandoned us because they were like, we have nothing left to do because we sprint ran through everything when it came out, which was really really ironic because they've been looking forward to it for years. And then we kind of merged into another guild, and that other guild is kind of sort of the guild that I'm in now. So yeah, I guess kind of sort of yes, which is kind of cool, but it's definitely changed a lot over the years. Question, I want to make a bounty hunter, but after Juggernaut, it seems too weak. Will it improve, or should I choose a second style? I think Sniper is pretty good. So you're playing the bounty hunter mercenary? So you have... I'm guessing you're not playing the healing role, or if you are, that would be the problem. But don't forget your Juggernaut's probably level like 40 something now, right? And make sure your gear is basically mostly on track. That can be one other thing that can affect things. For example, my character literally has no gear on. So by the time I reach about level 13, it's gonna start sucking. But other than that, sometimes it's just a preference thing. There's no reason not to pick up a second style and try one out. Sniper is kind of an interesting one for leveling, because for leveling, if I want to go fast, kind of what I want to pick is something where I can run and gun. Pew, 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 pew. Or throw rocks and run, question mark. But snipers, you're kind of more meant to stand still. It's kind of the opposite of that. Asheron's Call is shut down, says Odin, but I still do have a private server. Oh, that's so cool. There's a community that runs a few of them still. They were supposed to release the source files for AC when they shut down, then backed out last minute. Community was pissed, so they built their own. Yeah! Oh, that sucks, but is also very, very impressive. And thank you, Cramtonus. Oh, thank you. This one's actually a dress. I got, today in class, we're not doing any painting, so I was like, I'm gonna dress up, because it doesn't matter if it gets dirty. Gaz says, I think I've been spreading misinformation. I thought someone said we were going to a certain planet with tall, hairy people, and I was telling people it's coming soon. Oh, no! Oh no, Gaz, that's not true. I'm so sorry. That's the wrong planet. We're going to a new planet with the expansion sometime at the end of the year, but not Kashyyyk, not the Wookiee planet. A different one that's famous. Oh no. If you wanted to get like the 1 minute spoiler heavy version of that, if you go to my YouTube shorts, there's a video specifically about that that's like a minute long. If you could pick a new species for the next big expansion, what would you like to see added to the game? There's actually no species that specifically I'd like to see added, or rather there's none that I've seen that would be like popular enough that I'd like request them to add it. What I'd really love to see is I'd love to see even more character upgrades in the character select screen. So like for example, we got a whole bunch of more colors for Twi'leks and a whole bunch of more colors for hares, and that was so cool. That was a big thumbs up for me. Like I'd rather more of that than a new species off the top of my head. So like I love tattoos and colored tattoos. I'd love more upgraded cyberware and maybe even cyberware on other species. I'd love makeup and stuff like that separated out from your eyebrows so they're not the same mesh. Just lots of stuff like that, but otherwise, I'm not really worried about a new species, because I would like to see more subspecies of humans. That would be pretty cool. For example, some of you guys have been making Zeltrons, some of you guys have been making Panterans, some of you guys have been making Achani, some of you guys have been making, what's the girl from the Old Republic comics? Knights of the Old Republic comics. She's a half something or other. Stuff like that is, you can basically make that type of character now, but it is still kind of weird because technically they're like a Muriel, you know? I was gonna ask support to lower my levels because being powerful is too boring. I'm not gonna resub until forced, lol. Ah, Tier Troll has that Svenny. I don't think support's gonna help you with that one. Take off all your gear if you want a real challenge. Any news on the new update? Hey, Dragon King, not yet. Update 7.9 is the one that's coming out soon. Maybe we'll get a date today. I don't know. I thought it was going to come out on Wednesday, so I was wrong to start with. LMAO. Yeah, Tirtolas, even if you had the ability to message support about please nerf my character, I don't even think that's something they could do. LMAO. Oh. I know how realistic it is, but more body types would be cool. Yeah, that one I think is unfortunately not very realistic, just the way that they've coded the game. Basically, when they make outfits, they have to make like 8 different versions of each outfit, one for each body type. So the more they add of that, they'd have to go back and resize every piece of armor, which is, I don't think, on the agenda. But that would be nice. I love games where you can kind of do sliders and kind of make your own body type. I'm lurking in Intezar's Discord. They got interviewed and written in a French magazine for their longevity. Their guild has been around for 35 years. Holy crap! 30... Intezar! Are you talking about new Outriders? They've been around for 35 years? That's nuts! To play as an Achani would be amazing with their own starting area and lore. Oh, that would be cool. I don't think they would ever do anything like that. But I guess like World of Warcraft has some kind of similar stuff like that, where you have a starter area, like the Void Elves. They're just elves. They're not really that different. They have some pretty sparkly stuff in their hair, but you have a like level 1 through 10 area that's slightly different, and it's not too crazy. And then you just jump into the main story after that. Oh, that'd be kind of cool. Did you know your inventory's full? No, I didn't know that. Oh my god, it's really full, isn't it? Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, so this one I need to save. Everything else can go, though. We were making outfits. Oh my god, I didn't know my inventory was. Oh, that's why I have 3 pending quests, isn't it? Choices were made. Thank you. Choices were made. Cybernetic Twi'leks when, right? Exactly. That'd be pretty cool. I'd love them to fix Twi'lek Leku in general so they don't look like they're having a conniption sometimes. Yeah, so rather than, if we are seeing a new species, I guess we would see the character like Master Nostoral and Plo Koon, and that would be the Keldor. But I mean, like, they're just not, or like, I don't know, they're just not as exciting to people, I think, as like, say, Togruta or Nautilin. They're just not as like, wow, oh my god, I need to resubscribe to go try that, as much as people would be like, oh, that's cool, I like that, you know? Like, no one would complain, but also no one would be as excited enough to make the development time worth it, is my theory. Okay, cool. Inventory is looking a lot cleaner here. I also have some gear I should probably equip. Because I have none equipped right now. Okay, alright. Where are we going? Accept my pending quests here. Eleveo. Hey, look, I'm level 8. Tasty levels. So I don't really care too much about my level right now. The main thing that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get my character. Is this an offhand? Main hand? Off. Okay, that goes in offhand. This goes in main hand. That'll do the trick. I like this default jacket here too. It's kind of cool. I'm just trying to get her to the end of her class story of the first planet. When it comes to companions, the trooper gets shafted. Now hear me out. Ah! I refuse. But yeah, it is pretty funny how mismatched the companions are versus when you get them and how you get them. It used to be even more interesting back in the day when each of them had a specific role that they had to do, like tank, healer, or DPS. We used to always talk about how unfair it was that so-and-so class didn't get their healer for a long time. Oh, dev tracker update, still the Brazil thing, no 7.9 post. Yeah, big curious about what's going on there. I really don't know, like, if it's been delayed or if they're just waiting and they're gonna announce it, like, the day before. You know, like, it could come out tomorrow for all we know and they'll just announce it today. Kind of ridiculous, but whatever. I always thought it was weird that not a single female character gets 2 romance options in their class quests. Yeah, they absolutely designed this game as very male player character leaning. I think it had to do with the demographics of the player base at the time and the type of people they thought would be playing the game. What's interesting is I think they were pretty correct at the time. Of who they thought would be playing the game and who should they spend more focus on. But the demographics actually changed quite a bit, which is super interesting. A lot more, as far as I can tell, it's kind of hard to get any details, but a lot more women play now. And most players in general are more likely to play a character that matches their own gender, at least for like their first characters. Very least, some people play pretty exclusively, and yes, some men play female characters and female players play male characters, but like numbers wise, you know. So it makes sense. But it don't have to like it. Between that and no male or female romances, we are thirsty in the early years of Star Wars: The Old Republic. Has it happened before that they drop an update with very short notice? Yes. The last little while, and for the developer streams too, they've only been announcing it like 2 days before. It's been kind of ridiculous. Basically, they are like, okay, we don't want to announce it before it's ready because players get mad when it's delayed. So we'll wait until everything's ready and then we announce it, but it means you can't plan for it. I can't like be like, okay, I'm gonna take the day off to play the expansion finale, you know? Still mad you can't romance same-sex companions till you get to Lana Beniko and Shadow of Revan. Yeah, and they have talked about that before. The current team, I think, would love to go back and do that, but they basically said the current code is like spaghetti from the launch of the game, and they don't want to go back and accidentally break stuff from back there. Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess you can only really romance humans. Sith Inquisitor can romance Ashara, but you're right. female consular. Can you romance Zenith? No, you can't. I lied. You can just look at him with your eyeballs, I guess. Every time someone asks about 7.9, it's delayed another 24 hours. Is that what happened? Oh my god, then we're not going to see it for another couple of years, you guys. When the cartel expansion came out, the game took a big change. It sure did, yeah. Sure did, absolutely. I've seen a lot of people yelling for Skadge date night. No, I don't want it. I don't want it. Miss the Dreadmaster arc? You can go back to it. You can go and replay it on a new character. I believe in you. Sith Warrior can romance vet. Oh yeah, Sith Warrior's probably got the best non-human romance. That's very much a main character that shows up right away. I'm still freaked out that we got a Chem Val romance. I still think that's really, really funny. Can't the smuggler date a Mandalorian too? Oh yeah, you're right. She's not a Mandalorian species. She is a Zabrak. You're right. She's like red with spiky horns like Darth Maul. Sure can. Yeah. So I guess everyone there's actually a lot of alien romances. It's just not necessarily does your class and chosen player character gender match up with alien apologists romancing. You should be like Darth Malgus. Darth Malgus started integrating aliens into his great empire. You should do so with your romances too. Look at my eyebrows waggle. Oh my gosh, you guys, my eyebrows. So as many of you know, I'm taking some classes, some theater-based classes, and some of them classes are makeup-based. And I put fake beard and fake eyebrows on using something called spirit gum. It's a type of glue. There is absolutely a product used to dissolve the glue on your face safely. It is called cleanser in general. And however, when I glued the fake eyebrows to my eyebrows, I just really at one point wanted everything off. And the beard, I was just kind of peeling it off my face, no problem. It kind of stung a little bit, but it was like, yeah, satisfying to get it all off the fake beard that I glued on. And I started doing the same thing with the eyebrows. But the spirit gum, the glue, was getting stuck in my eyebrows. How much can you guys see? Eyebrows. Hang on. I can't. Oh, come here. You guys can't really see. Oh yeah, you can. Here it is. Okay, this eyebrow, I was getting impatient, and now there's like a gap because I pulled out so many of my hairs, and I pulled out a bunch of hairs here and here. So I just. I tweezed the other side to make it fit. But yeah, there's like a gap right here. It's starting to grow back in, but LMAO, I'm like, oh no, my eyebrows, they need to come back. One time when I was younger, I was very, very sad. I had my final presentation in school. And so I went to go get my eyebrows done at the mall. And my eyebrows are very thick and bushy. It's like, it's a thing. It's just, they're amazing. My eyebrows can take over the world. And I like to have them cleaner looking, like kind of more neat, I guess, but I don't like them small. And when I went to get my eyebrows done for my special final presentation at school, she made them crooked. And I was like sobbing. I was like so upset. I was like in tears. And so I went to my friend who also worked at the mall at the same store as I did. I was like, I got my eyebrows. And he was like, go back and ask them to fix it. And I'm like, but I don't want to go back to her. She did them crooked and I look so dumb. And they're like, he said, go back there and ask her to redo it. But ask someone else in the store to redo it. Luckily, the next lady knew how to make eyebrows the same size and shape. I'm just happy my female Jedi Knight, says Final Fantasy, got to be with Kira. Yeah, isn't that nice? It was very short and sweet, nothing crazy, not very in-depth, which does kind of suck, but it's very cool that they made it an option for Kira and for Nadia. But it hasn't been a very consistent thing. They haven't done it for every companion or anything like that. I don't know what happened there. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know why. I don't know if she just couldn't tell or my eyebrows were too confusing. Now I do my own eyebrows because I'm too scared. Also, I'm cheap. Cheap and afraid. All right, so what do you guys think about 7.9? When do you think it's going to come out? So the options are, so the original proclamation was end of May. Today is the 28th. May is 29, 30, 31, okay? They're not going to release it on the weekend. All right. All right. All right. So are you guys thinking they're going to release it tomorrow as a like bang surprise? Or do you think they're going to release it next week in June? I thought it came out 2 weeks ago. It's not out yet. Update 7.9, the finale to the expansion. I think it's going to come out next week. I mean, they could announce it today and be like, it's coming up tomorrow. Ha-ha. But I think it's going to be next week, which is kind of good for me because I'm going to visit my family over the weekend. So if it comes out on Friday, I'm not going to have any time to I'm not going to have any time to work on it, right? I said tomorrow we'll get a patch notes 5 minutes after you end stream. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's how it always works. That's like the functionality of things is as soon as I end stream, they'll post the news about it. That's absolutely 100% right. Oh, by the way, completely unrelated. If you have been, for whatever reason, you were trying to make an account on the Swtorista.com website. Swtorista.com website. And when you went to log in, it would lead you to a blank page. Oh, this is a lovely outfit. Look at this. And it would lead you to a blank page rather than like a login dashboard that looks something like this. That allows you to upload outfits and stuff. If that happened to you, please let me know. I don't know what's causing it, but I do know how to fix it now. I how to properly get an account created for you so you can still log in. Let me know if that's the case there. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Yeah, just let me know via Discord and I'll help you get an account created. I need to go visit Nemro Dahat. Again, I think I'm getting close to the end of Pleurectomy's character here. What are the main things they're adding that stand out, do you think? So for update 7.9, the big noticeable points of interest are one, the main one is the finale to the current expansion story. Like that's enough for an update all by itself. Like that's going to be the main thing is, and there's some cool bits and pieces to that finale that we haven't tried before. Like I think we'll get to play as Lana Beniko, as Darth Malgus, which is pretty neat. We'll be going somewhere very cool. I'll try not to be spoilery about it. If you want to know more about the specifics that I'm avoiding here to be spoiler free, you can see those in my video, What to Expect in Update 7.9 in SWTOR on Swtorista YouTube. Sorry. And some other smaller things they are adding. The Dantooine biomes are getting some upgrades, which is nice. I appreciate that. The companion terminal is getting an upgrade and change for companion return terminal. That's moving from the terminal to the, companion. You must select the reward. You can't make me. They're moving it to this window, and I'm actually super excited about that. I'm going to be using that as part of my companion outfit project, which brings me joy. Yeah, we get to play as Valkorion briefly during Kotet, but we weren't. So from what I understand, they are explaining you're not playing as Lana Beniko in that you're controlling her body. You literally are Lana Beniko. You're experiencing the story from her point of view. Versus when we were playing as Valkorion, we were technically just ourselves in like a dreamscape, So that's pretty cool. I think this is the first time they're doing it this way. We've definitely inhabited another body in some way before, but this is the first time we're actually seeing the story and the cutscenes and stuff like that or whatever as them, rather than some forced hallucination in our mind or as a droid that we're controlling and stuff like that. Winter says, Happy National Fruits and Veggie Day. Aw! And International Hamburger Day. Are those meant to be combined or kept separate? They're adding 20% more spores to Dantooine. Oh my gosh, what an upgrade. I think we're getting some new cartel items too, if that's something you care about. But yeah, there's a whole page about it on Swtorista.com, what to expect on update 7.9, including a video. I played through Master's Enigma 6 times on alts in preparation for 7.9. Oh my gosh, you're so ahead. I'm kind of kicking myself because I don't have a second Imperial character ready. I only have one. But to catch up a second Imperial character would be so slow for me. Cram says, I'd like to see a proper companion outfitter. Ooh, that'd be nice. Yeah. That'd be cool. They'd have to do a lot of tweaking to fix that weird bug with the outfits that change depending on your faction. Oh no. One thing I would love, says Final Fantasy, is a non-Jedi Sith melee combat class. Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of that requests lately. Like a sword user of some sort, maybe like a Bandalorian or something like that, you know? Alright, oh, okay, moment of reckoning. It is time. Perfect. Hang on. I gotta write this down. Mako's street outfit, Mako's combat outfit, and whatever the third one is, this character will have been completed, and I'll show you exactly what I've been up to leveling these stupid, ridiculous characters here. Gaz says, I played Jedi Survivor, and it makes me want a blaster short saber combo style. Ooh, Gaz, am I remembering right? That's something you could do in either Knights of the Old Republic 1 or 2. You could have both a lightsaber and a blaster at the same time. Does anyone remember any specifics about that? I kind of remember doing it, but I don't remember if I'm like hallucinating or not. Ziffis says, only one Empire character. No, I have lots of Empire characters, but only one that's 100% caught up in the story. Okay, I gotta do this right. I have Mako's street outfit, Mako's combat outfit, so I need Mako's ops outfit. Okay, Mako. I will open your box, and I'll place the companion outfit in my outfitter first. We're gonna say outfit name, Mako. Mako. 1, 2. Oh, did I accidentally equip the boots? Because I didn't have any. I didn't even have any pants on it. Auto-equip them. What a goof. Pants. Oh, it's a cute outfit. And then we're gonna add the. What are they called? The covert? Covert. Gloves? Belt? Bracers? Gloves, belt, bracers? Cool. So there's these outfits that you would get for finishing your very first... Oh, that's really neat. It's really cool looking with this outfit. There's these outfits that you can get by completing your class story on the first planet. And when you get to the fleet, some of the classes have it so that you can pick one of 3 outfits for your companion. But you can only get one of the 3, and there's no ways to get the others. Somewhere along the way, they also made it so you could wear those outfits yourself. So I've slapped it on my character. I'm also gonna slap it on Mako, so we're twinsies here. Outfit. Oh, she doesn't have an outfitter. She just has an outfit. Ta-da! So now me and Mako are actually twinsies, both wearing Mako Ops Street outfit. Oh, that's so cool! And now I can mark one more done. So the reason I'm trying to collect these is so that I can catalog them for the website. That was not the last one, but we're getting there. That was the last bounty hunter one. We have Consular. Oh, I had enough character slots all along, apparently. One just had a stupid name. Oh my gosh, we might make it, you guys. Okay, so we have a character named Arithmetic who's working on one of Kai's and Fess's outfits. Oh my gosh, I might get there. I was like wondering if I could get there before the expansion comes out, the update comes out, because the update allows you to use the companion return terminal more easily, and I was wondering if that might help me collect, because I've got like, here, I'll show you guys. Outfits, companion outfits. Oh, what a spreadsheet. Oh, what a spreadsheet. Oh, what a spreadsheet. Oh my god. I don't even know if I can show you anything interesting. Oh my god. It's just... I think this is... I don't even know what half of this is, to be honest. But yeah, I want to try to get the video game. I'm trying to collect things. I'm gonna leave this spreadsheet before I cry. Arithmetic was the hidden character slot all along. No, apparently Fitted Green was. I had this character named Fitted Green, and she has not even literally started her class story yet, so she can still go pick up that outfit that I'm trying to collect. Hey there, Beanstalk. When's the new update out? That's what we're waiting for, Archie. We want to know too. Hopefully sometime within the next week, but we're really wondering. Shadow Player asked another question. Which discipline is better in your opinion, direct damage or damage over time? I don't think there's really a better. I tend to like burst damage or direct damage from warp because especially when you're playing at low level stuff, everything dies so fast you don't really get the time to do the cool build up with your dots. Let's see. Treat them with care. That's a dynamic encounter. Trials on Kaleth. Search for a blade. Okay, cool. So I was actually partially through my class story here. This character is called Fitted Green. She literally holds my pieces of green fitted armor. It's very specific. Terrible name though. Let's see. But it looks like I can just keep continuing on with this one. Nice. Outfits from returned companions can only be worn by that companion, not even their earlier self. Yes, correct. I also wanted to track all the companion outfits separately, even the ones that only they can wear, and then write down only the companion can wear this. I wish they would just give us an update. I want my update and I want it now. There was a question about the Sab. Hey there, Ignore. Ignore says, what class would you match with a Sab? I assume you mean a SWTOR. And not something else entirely. Ooh. For me, when I created my SWTOR, I made him for my Imperial character who is a SWTOR against the Empire. I made him a operative, a lethality operative, because I wanted him to have like poisons and stuff like that, and I wanted him to be like a double agent kind of thing or something like that, and I want him to really play a very Imperial acting spy. I thought that would be kind of cool, especially the Imperial agent just seems like it fits really fun with the story of the SWTOR. I don't think I played his all the way through, however. I think I just picked it up starting with the Osis expansion. I do have a Republic SWTOR too, but I actually can't remember which of my characters that is, which is not necessarily a good thing. Kind of a bad thing. Do we lose any equipment our companions have on them when they first leave? You sure do, and I can't remember the specifics. I think they get it back in the mail or something, though. It's a very awkward little system there. I remember us being really upset about it when it first came out.
You stuck up,
Oh.
half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder.
Jedi Mickey, nice to see you again. Hi. What you been up to? I do wish the disparity wasn't so high in Republic and Empire population. Hey, listen. The good guys get less drip, they get less cool fashion, and they get, everybody knows, all the rich billionaires, you know they're Sith. All the rich billionaires in real life, you know they're not playing Jedi in real life, okay? You know they're all Sith. Everybody wants to be the bad guys, because they got all the cool stuff. Listen, I like playing the underdogs, so sometimes being the underdogs is it's not the winning game when it comes to population, for sure. Oh, was that? Oh, that apparently didn't count. It looks like I need to do something else down here, my butt. New origin story idea, Republic SIS agent. That's not a new idea. That's been around since the launch of the game. People always wanted a Republic SIS agent and a Imperial Trooper story, but I guess they just decided it wasn't really like enough to the story to make a whole class story about it. Jedi Mickey says, I've been busy, but today I got to sleep in before work, so yay. Oh, wonderful. That's very nice. Phantom says, when you hit the return point for your companions, it pops back into your inventory. Oh, that's nice. And they'll be wearing their new clothes, whatever they are. All I know is Alara Dorn was stuck in her bikini for a long time and I didn't want to do her cutscene. Because I put her in a bathing suit for something. I think it was for like one of our videos or something like that. It was a beach party. And I was like, oh man, I don't want to do the cutscene with my commanding officer in a freaking bikini. I don't wanna. Jedi Mickey says it is because I've been so tired recently and I don't know why. How have you been? Good, thank you. I've been kind of struggling balancing doing work, play, and school lately. I'm trying to get a better hold of it. I feel bad. I keep having to cancel on playing with friends and doing stuff with friends because I'm just like, I need to go nap on the couch. Goodbye, cruel world. Mask says, I might have been asked, but I just started playing. Hi, good. Awesome. Welcome to the game. And it's so good, Smuggler Story. Do you think it's worth doing all Origins first or doing the DLC on my Smuggler? Hey, Masker, that's actually a really common question, and there isn't really a right answer. So you're on the right line of track of wondering about that. If you play all the 8 class stories, you get a whole bunch of context about what's going on in the galaxy and stuff like that. If you play the DLCs, you're kind of going forward in time and you get to see all the newest stuff and kind of catch up with everybody else. And doing both is a really time-intensive task. So most players eventually want to play each of the 8 classes and the expansion, but it's like, which one do I do first if I don't plan on playing for the next 10 years? I think it's super up to you. I like to generally recommend to go into the expansions, and that way you're better off when it comes to avoiding spoilers and stuff like that. Like, you can't be spoiled if you already saw the content, you know? People tend to there's less spoilers in the class stories most of the time. That's my general suggestion, but to be very honest, a lot of people just play the main class stories or have played all 8 class stories first and enjoyed that too. So not a right answer. Hopefully that was helpful to you, even if it wasn't a yes or no. Do you feel like the game is in a better state? Oh yeah, compared to when? But coming back a month ago, it feels like everything has improved dramatically. Yeah, do you remember when you last played Shadow Player? There's definitely some some points in the game's lifetime when I wasn't very happy with things. But the last time that I was most there was 2 main points. One was during the period of time somewhere around Knights of the Fallen Empire when they said they were not making any more group content. That made me unhappy. And then when 7.0 came out, it was very messy, the last expansion. It's mostly caught up and fixed now, but there's a lot of bugs and weird stuff and unfinished, yeah. Yeah, Jenny Mickey's here. She's saying hi. Can you replay story missions? Most of the time, no, unfortunately. Which is something a lot of players have requested or wished for over the years. But no, you can't replay stuff for the most part. There's a few things you can repeat. For example, the heroics, the bonus series, those are repeatable. That was something they added a while ago, was making them repeatable, which was kind of neat. But basically anything with any story implications of any type, you can't replay it. Oh, that's not true. The chapters. The Knights of the Fallen Empire expansion and Knights of the Eternal Throne expansion chapters you can replay, but it's kind of complicated because it won't always respect the choices that you've made in the past and won't respect any choices you make while replaying them. Yeah, the chapters were really cool for that replayability. Average Teacup says, no more group content in an MMO. That's not a wise thing to say. It was just because it's kind of complicated because the main player base is all story focused. Like, the largest percentage of the player base has never stepped foot in a group content or an operation or even a flashpoint. A lot of people play this game just solo. But yeah, it actually had a pretty... and that's why they focused the chapters as solo content. Really, really focused, dialing down on the solo player experience. But it actually ended up not working out so great. It wasn't really considered a successful expansion in terms of, like, model. Like, the chapters were coming out a couple months at a time. A chapter every couple of months, and people really didn't like that. They weren't a fan. And then there was no group content, so the group people were like, bye too. It was very awkward. Here, I'm trying to get my way to the little cave over there. I'd never done a single operation until I started writing here a couple months back. And yeah, that's a super common experience. Like, it's actually uncommon that you've now tried it out. Oh, am I going the right way? Okay, I'm going and I'm getting eaten by manky cats. Oh, here we go. Nope. Nope. I wasn't supposed to go down here. Whoops, that's okay. It looks like there's a way to get back up now. Here. I think I'm trying to get up on that rise over there. Came back to the game, says, hey Yuga. After I don't know how many years. I found your channel. I've been soaking up as much information as I can. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. It has been so helpful. Yeah. Yay. Hooray. Thanks for swinging by to say hi here live. Whoosh says, I just started playing this week. Oh my gosh, there's so many of you who are new and returning here. Hi, guys. Whoosh says, is it possible to get the sub benefits as a one-time purchase, like buying it as a DLC? So, Whoosh, the answer is technically, no, but what would be the opposite of a technicality? Like, effectively, yes. So basically, if you subscribe for 1 month and then you cancel your subscription, you can cancel it like after a day or two, you will retain the ability to reach level 80. You'll retain the ability to play the expansions. After your first month is done, you'll lose some benefits, like you'll still only be able to hold like 1,000,000 credits, still won't be able to change your combat styles, won't be able to play operations, but you still can play the expansions even after you unsub. So it's actually an amazing deal. You unlock all of the expansions and the ability to get to level 80, and it only costs you effectively $15. Yes! Hey Timbo, hey, I'm just playing by myself today. Do you want me to come play with you? I've got about an hour before I gotta go, Timbo. I'll come to the server that you're on if you want. Can someone help? You know what? I think I remember that you are on the Republic side and you are on the Leviathan server. Let's see if we can find Timbo. See if we can find Timbo, because last time we tried to play with Timbo, Timbo wasn't available. We got a solid no. Jedi Mickey says, I got someone that asked me questions that was new to the game. I was like, here's Swtorista's info. That's the only way I can answer your question I'm still new to. That's all we can do sometimes, is point someone in the right direction. It was Leviathan, right? Shadow Player says, I think I mostly played around 2014 to 2016, and since then I've logged in once a year or so. So I'm probably talking about that time and everything since. So yeah, there's been a lot of improvements to the game since then, for sure. But that's been a while. I don't know if I could easily, like, figure out where you're at. Oh no, Timbo, I'm only level 1 on your server. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can at least find Timbo. Let's see. Who? Timbo. Timbo. Oh, Timbo, what character are you on? Maybe you're on the dark side today. I think if more people knew how to form offs without being queued in a group, more would be able to learn and more willing to do operations. It's more than that. You need calm, patient raid leaders who are willing to put the groups together. Like, just being in a group is not enough as it is. If you're a bunch of blind sheep running around with no follow the leader, you're not going to be able to complete most of the operations, you know? It gets really messy really fast. Ooh. Timbo. Timbo, do you know what the name of your character is? Let's see, this might be a hard one. I'll come look for you if you can figure that out. You need Sai to say it's story mode, so we ignore all the mechanics, but you still need like one person who knows the mechanics. Coldron says, me and the wife are coming back, and after wife and I welcomed back baby number 5. Oh my god, you have so many babies. Can I have one? It seems a lot easier. You have too many. And I have 0. You give me a baby, and then I'm like, look at this teeny tiny baby. And I'm like, thank you so much. Look at this baby. Oh, my family got me this little baby. He's so tiny. He's so cute. He's a Black Series Baby Yoda. And he's like scale accurate, but he's so small he's gonna get lost really easily. Coldron says XD. So I guess that's a no to giving me your baby. I just heard they are going to be increasing level cap to 85 and doing class balancing. We have any timeline info for that? Yes, so that is going to be part of the expansion 8.0. That will be hopefully coming out sometime in the end of the year. We don't have an exact date. We're guessing sometime in December. But yeah, we're excited about that. We haven't had an expansion in quite a while. Okay, so Timbo says he's on. Let me go check again. Let's see if I can find you. Oh, I could probably who the whole list. Yeah, that is very exciting. Yes, it is. I agree. But yeah, whoosh. I hope that answered your question about subscribing one time. Shadow says for That's the right server. Shadow says, I was also able to get my friend hooked on the game, which I'm proud of. Oh, no! Oh, you guys are on the wrong servers? Oh, yes, he has to get on the right one so you guys can actually play together. That's funny. Oh, no. Don't make a clip saying Saya wants to steal a viewer's baby. Oh, no. Sometimes when we go raid people, a random clip from my channel plays. I don't want it to be about stealing a baby. That's pretty funny. Oh, no. Oh, Jedi Mickey says it'll be 1 year next month since I started playing. Oh, that's so cool.
A Flesh Raider baby.
No Flesh Raider baby. You're a 1 year veteran now. Let's see who. Try to open up who, and I'm like sort by.
I would like to see the baby.
What baby? What baby? This game has remained pretty healthy, says Hyuga, for such a long time. It's wonderful. Yeah, it's been doing good. Definitely, it's switching over to Broadsword was a good long-term move. Jenna Mickey says, do you know when the new Twitch drop is coming? It's supposed to be end of May, but May ends this week. So it's not necessarily... The Twitch drop is when 7.9 launches. 7.9 was supposed to launch at the end of May. We don't know if that's still true or not, or if it'll be delayed a bit. Zoe Emote says, I just finished doing that Flesh Raider baby quest and it played here and I thought I was having a stroke. We love that line. Okay, I'm trying really hard. Okay, Timbo is on Imperial side. Perfect. That's awesome. Okay, let's go find Timbo on the dark side. Evil. Starforge is super easy to get raids in. I'm in Sutil Shan right now and getting them fairly often, but I would be interested in doing more. If you're getting them often on Sutil Shan, then I would say it's probably not that much more common on Starforge. Some people say, however, that Sutil Shan is quieter, but I'm like, are you sure you're just not in a guild? You know? Okay. Who? Oh my gosh, Timbo! I found you! Let's see if I can find you. I sent you an invite if you know how to press accept. I will come to you. Oh, do I have a ship? Timbo's in my group! Oh my goodness, we may have done it. I'm going to meet you there. Mickey says, thank you. Cool. I tried to Google, but it wasn't giving me any answers. Yeah, the answer is that we don't know why BioWare or Broadsword hasn't announced anything yet, and we're waiting very, very impatiently. But yeah, Optimus, a really good, easy way to kind of see the population, or rather the frequentness of what's going on in Starforge is you could always make a level 1 character on Starforge and level your way up to level 10. And that way you could then kind of see like the allies chat. You could see, by the way, it's a /cjoin allies on Starforge rather than cjoin LFG. Oh my gosh, it's Timbo. Hi, Timbo. Timbo, how about you run around and I'll follow you, okay? How do I know if this is the real Timbo? How do I know if this is the real one? You can go fight stuff and I'll follow you, okay? Lubtomos, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks for supporting the project. Any good guilds to join on Starforge? Yes, I'm going to link you the SWTOR guild finder and you should be able to find something there. Hi, says GJ. Is that your name? Gia. Gia says, I just need to complete the Snuggler story in order to be a legendary player. Ooh, nice. But it's really hard for me to enjoy. Any suggestions on how to like it? Great question. So Smuggler is actually a hard one for me too, because all the other classes are a little more... Let's turn off this crazy music. Yeah, kill Flesh Raider babies. I mean, Chlor slugs, get them. It's very different, the Smuggler story. The Smuggler story is very silly, very wisecracking. It's very much meant to be like a Han Solo kind of adventure, and I had a hard time with it for a long time. Oh my gosh, we're gonna be in a cutscene together. That's fun. And oh, I don't have the voice on. That's okay. Excuse me, Acolyte. Sergeant Corbett, 5th Infantry. Can I talk to you? Speak freely, Sergeant. Thank you. You're one of the slaves Harkin brought in the last transport, right? Here to prove yourself to the thirsty overseers. Something like that. Something like that. Prove myself or die. I'm a cat lady today. Well, here's your chance not only to show off for the overseers, but start building ties to the Imperial military as well. I'm here commanding a hard target. They're horrific things. Mouths bigger than your head. Oh, scary. Chlor slugs. Gross. So, smuggler story. I guess you kind of just have to embrace the wisecrack and smuggling, whatever. One thing that helped me a lot, I went to go replay the smuggler story because I wanted to see it because it's the one I hadn't seen the most recently. Was I created a character that existed within the lore of my other characters. So I actually created my main character's mom as if she was young. So what was she like when she was a young woman before she had my main character as the baby? Your tactics may be flawed. Look at those chlor slugs. Look at them. They're so ugly. We have a little mouth. Lobtimos says, any tips on getting back into the game after years? I've got a few level 65 characters. I love my Inquisitor Assassin, but can't remember much. Ooh, great question. Some players, what they like to do is they like to just start by making a brand new level 1 character instead of jumping straight into their level 65 character. You're probably like part way through the expansion stories on your level 65 characters, so you may potentially want to like go and continue them if you happen to already remember them. So yeah, a lot of people like to start at level 1. Or you can jump back in and just start playing the expansion stories on that main character of yours if you feel comfortable. If you're feeling lost with your class guide stuff, I've just linked you your basic class guides. If you're like, oh my god, my character has so many buttons. It's gonna blow up, run away! Hello. It's gonna blow up. I gotta push them. Got him. I'm gonna follow Timbo. Timbo. Look, Timbo knows where everything is. Timbo's like, I got this. I'm gonna go get some chlor slugs for sure today. Tasty chicken nugget. Delete everything and start over is a suggestion. If you want, I do have a guide called Tips for Returning Players. I'm following Timbo. I don't want to lose him, so if anyone would be willing to pull that up and put it into a chat, that would be awesome. But yeah, it's common to feel overwhelmed. Don't feel like you have to relearn everything at once. Create a level 1 character if you're feeling overwhelmed. Oh no, I lost Timbo! It's okay, we're good. I'm coming. A holo call in. Here we go. Yeah, Loptimos says, thanks. Yeah, I just logged in, saw my quick bar is basically empty and my old settings and buttons combinations empty. Right. That happens to me on a regular basis because I don't pay attention and always am messing up my characters. But it also applies if you're brand new or coming back to the game after a big break. That should help you a little bit kind of remember how the heck to play your main class if you decide to go on that old character of yours. But yeah, big welcome back to the game. You'll maybe be hearing us talking about... Oh, it looks like Timbo's picking up this quest. I'll get it too. Accept. What am I talking about? Oh yeah, there's a big update coming out in the next couple of days called Update 7.9. That's something you personally really don't need to worry about, so feel free to just jump back in and don't even bother looking at anything from all the expansion news and patch notes and all that stuff. Who's this? Who's Cameron? I just realized that's one of you guys probably following along too, huh? To get my loot. So this character is actually only level 70, so it's kind of nice. I'm getting some levels this way. Maybe I should... Do I have an XP boost? No. Is the answer. Pew, 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 pew. Oh no, Timbo, I'm sorry. I attacked enemies that you didn't, and now they're dead. It's good. It's good. It's all well. I'll catch up. Stuff in the the lower level planets, it's kind of fun how you can just run around and kind of destroy everything. So Timbo is a frequent guest in the chat, and Timbo plays on Leviathan. And for the longest time, Timbo would be like, "Can I join the group?" And we'd be like, "You're not. I can't find you," because we were on different servers. And then one day, I don't remember how it happened, but we realized Timbo was on the French server on Leviathan, and we finally get to play with Timbo. So I decided I'm just gonna follow Timbo around. Timbo's got this. I'm unsure if Timbo's mom might be around. If so, hi Timbo's mom. But I really like the starter planets. Oh. Let's see. We might have to. Can I go in Timbo's? Oh, I need to fix one of my settings because I don't care about my quest right now. Social. Allow access to same class. Oh, I don't know if I can go into Timbo's right now. Oh, yes. Okay, good. Cool. There. Nice. We get to watch Timbo's cutscene now. Look at that. Look at that handsome mug with the scratches all over the face like a cat went. Oh. First time back to the game, says Brielle, in 10 years, and I have been using all your guides to get back into it. I'm already level 76 from the tips and double XP event. Oh my gosh, yeah, if you logged in during double XP, that would have been a major boon to catching up with getting to level 80, huh? That's crazy. So for anyone watching, this is what it kind of looks like to level up with another player. There are some quests that you can share, and we saw one of those earlier on. A quest where we're both in the cutscenes, we both get to make decisions, we both progress the quest together. This is Timbo's class quest, character name Timbo. And he's a Sith warrior? Yes, Sith warrior. And Timbo's working on getting his warblade. And I'm a Sith Inquisitor, so I wouldn't be doing his story anyway. But even if I was a Sith warrior, just like Timbo, oh, I love seeing the French in chat. Sorry, we're on the French server. Even if I was a Sith warrior, you progress your stories separately. You would have to go replay your own. Because the idea is that you each get to make your own decisions, and the game doesn't want someone making them for you. Which can be frustrating at times if all you want to do is just like level with a buddy. And that's why we generally recommend each of you plays your own class story. So if I was playing with someone and we wanted to see each other's stories, we could do that. And I can watch Timbo's and he could watch mine if we wanted to do that. But right now I'm just following Timbo. Yeah! From how you're talking, I take it there isn't a way to play with friends if you're on one server and they're on another server. Correct. You cannot play with people on another server unless you create a character on that other server or they create a character on yours. So I'm on the Starforge server and Timbo is on Leviathan. Normally we couldn't play together. Luckily, I happen to have a character made there too. Oh, nice. Cramtonis is about to go on the date night with Lana Benico for the 5 out of 5 Dejaric table decoration. Nice. Very cool. Very nice. Shadow says, I just recently finished The Smuggler. Honestly, it wasn't bad, but it could have been better. I play the sarcastic guy who doesn't know what he's doing, but jumps into chaos. That's fun. That's a good way to play The Smuggler. Anonymous says, that's exactly what I did. I created the 8 characters from scratch. I tried soloing veteran flashpoints to relearn class rotations because that's what I do usually. Oh, that's a pretty good way to jump back into things, yeah. To learn your rotation again. My favorite way to learn a rotation when I've completely forgotten it is to go into story mode operations, just straight into the fire, put the abilities on my bars and straight into the fire with it. Do you think this is a Sith Inquisitor storyline? Oh, this is embarrassing. This is very embarrassing, I'm sorry. I've been playing the Sith Warrior story a lot, and I was like, we're in a dark, scary cave. There's a scary man talking to me. It must be the Sith Warrior story. Earlier, when those hooded bad guys came and attacked us, I was like, oh, their masks look different than the ones I saw earlier. Oops. I think technically, this is my class story, too. You know what? I think I'll come back and do it another day. I don't really have any need to do the class story on this character for myself. This character literally exists Her name is Swtorista. Her name exists. She exists so I can like give away gifts on this server. I can't really do that as much anymore, but that was her original goal. Is there a way to transfer characters from one server to another? Yes, but it is expensive. Most accounts will have one for free already. Oh, I bet you... I wonder if this is confusing. It might be showing my class quest on Timbo's map. I hope not. Completely lost my train of thought. Yes, so most accounts who have ever subscribed tend to have one free transfer available on their account, and I think you can see that on SWTOR.com in your account section. But otherwise, they cost 1,000 cartel points each. So we tend to not suggest people transfer servers unless they're very, very sure. Rancer says, I haven't played in a long time either, since Monday when we did Karaga's Palace. Oh yeah? Like a whole less than a week ago you last played? Wow. I'm gonna go click some boxes. Oh wow, look at that. Thunderik says, finally got my first 2 implants to 340. Nice. Now you get the discount on all the other ones you buy, right? I love having that. Phew. I play on every server, says Rebecca. And make legendary status on all of them. That way I can play competently on each. Oh la la, you're playing in hardcore mode. I have 2 characters on each server. Just because I wanted the name Swtorista on all of them. And I needed an Imperial and a Republic character to send stuff out back in the day. Before it started costing credits to send stuff. Before I lurk, do ARC stories change with each class, or is it just the main missions? Oh, are we inviting Cameron to the group? Okay, awesome. Cool, cool, cool. You love my textured wall art? Okay, I gotta answer the question first. I could talk about my wall art all day. Thank you. The planetary story arcs are different Republic and Imperial side, but otherwise they're pretty flat all the way through. So if you go to Tatooine, the Tatooine planetary arc is different Republic and Imperial side, but you really only have to play them once if you want to see the whole story. Hopefully that answers your question there. They're pretty much the same per class, but you'll sometimes get some fun story differences between them along the way. Not story, but like one-liners almost. They'll be like, hello, Commander Swtorista, you know?
Help me, Obi-Wan
Hey,
Kenobi.
Doug!
You're my
Thanks.
only hope.
Paper says, I made a European server characters to play with my Euro friends, but then they made Star Forge characters anyway. Oh! that certainly does the trick, right? Yeah. That's essentially why I have characters on Darth Malgus, is so occasionally we do special events over there, or like friends will invite me to their special event. Doug, thank you so much for supporting the project. Hey, Io. Cram says, on the topic of Tatooine actually, aren't both centered around the Rakata in the mine trap? They are, yes, they are both related. I don't remember the specifics these days. You go replay them again at some point. Yeah, I like my sword too. I'm using the ancient blade. I'm a cat lady. I should probably make a cooler outfit for this character. I don't really understand what she's wearing right now. Why does she look like a Jedi? I don't know if I had a different story for her or something and I forgot about it. Don't remember. Any news about 7.9? Luna, we've got a running joke that every time... Oh, I almost jumped off. Anytime someone asks about when 7.9 is coming out, we tell them that... we tell them it's been delayed another 24 hours every time someone asks. So, no, unfortunately, we don't know yet. We're not sure. Make her a Padawan that defected or something. But yeah, but she wouldn't still wear her Padawan gear, right? Yeah, we're still waiting for news. Yeah, I definitely don't have eight classes in Legendary on each server. Does the Legendary hang on, I wanna come in. There we go. Cameron's not eligible, unfortunately. I always wanted... sorry. Does the legendary marker and all that transfer over if you transfer characters? So I think I might technically have legendary. But only on a technicality. Yeah, it does transfer over. Okay, so I technically have it, but I haven't earned it. I do want to start playing more server characters just to see what the vibes, economics of those characters are like, and to farm cartel coins with Galactic Seasons. Yeah, that's a really good reason to play other characters. To see the economics, you can always just pop in with like a level like 1 character and see what's up there. Like, I think you can peruse the GTN. Wait, can you see the GTN if you're level 1? Is there like any restrictions or stuff? I don't think so. I think you're totally fine. But that's different from, I'm sure, actually playing to get the vibes. To get the vibes, you actually have to play, huh? I don't know how people have time for that. I've played since 2021 and I have only finished 2 class stories. Yeah, it varies a lot. People in here tend to vary a lot about how much they play. Like, for example, there's a lot of people who are probably watching right now. Oh good, I'm in Timbo's class story. There we go. There's a lot of people watching right now who aren't playing at all. They're like at work or they haven't played in a long time. They're just stopping by to say hi while they're doing other things. Some of us play way too much. Some of us play every once in a blue moon kind of thing, you know? I love every story, and I love the differences when you play female and male characters. And female's just operative on Hoth. A little special romance. I like that one too. What's his name? Aristocra Saganu? So many good things to discover. Oh no! Lightning! Unter says, can the weapons you get from the prologue be used all the way through the entire game? Yes! Yes, so you don't upgrade them. You can technically do that, but it's not the best way to do it. If you go into your character sheet and look at the top where it says Outfitter, you can place that weapon into the Outfitter, and that will be like a costume over your main gear, and you will always look like you're using that main weapon. If you're like waxing nostalgic and you always want to have like the specific weapon on hand, it may or may not work, especially because the best gear in the game right now is technically not moddable. But yeah, you can always have the look of your original weapon and always have it in spirit in your Outfitter, which is pretty cool. Prologue gear ops grind when? Already been there, done that, Cramptonus. We finished that project already. Just to confirm, there's no way to change your character's gender? Correct, unfortunately. That was one thing that I think they've mentioned they'd love to add it, but like we said before, sometimes the code of the game, especially the early parts of the game, are a bit spaghetti, and they don't want to break anything when it comes to the class stories and the decisions that you've made during them, and altering your character's gender can really mess with that because there's a bunch of flags based on your character's gender. Ideally, they would have like designed that from the start, but they didn't. Here we are, you know? The GTN restrictions are whether you or not you can get to the fleet or a stronghold. Okay, so if you already have an account, you can get to the stronghold pretty easily, yeah. Yeah, we have all the starter stuff on Swtorista.com and the weapons and armor slots. When people talk about finishing the class stories in just a few days, that's absolutely wild to me. I think the introduction of Galactic Seasons kind of derailed that for me because I started chasing objectives instead of my stories. I'm also just addicted to making characters and never finishing. Yeah, so I think the original idea with Galactic Seasons was to have them be on for 5 months and then have a break, and then later on Galactic Seasons start up again. But they really noticed, I think this is my guess, is that they looked at the player count and they noticed when a Galactic Seasons is active, whoa, everybody's invisible. It's just a sword. That's funny. What happened there? They saw that the player count really dipped in between seasons and were like, oh, I guess we need to kind of keep seasons going. Because before I used to be like, okay, seasons. Okay, take a break and do all my other weird fun stuff that I want to do, like collecting pets or whatever. But now there's not really so much a break in between of them. Just kind of wild. Invisible! A short while ago, there was what we call an unauthorized murder. A rivalry among apprentices resulted in death. That's right, you guys. Unauthorized murder. Thank you, Swtorista, for the valuable service to the community. Ah, thank you, Rebecca. Get out of here. Get out of here with your Arstalker Saga New Love. I really like him. Timbo's just going through his story there. I have no idea what Andreas posted there. It didn't even go through Google Translate, Andreas. I'm sorry. Io says, I'm not doing any Galactic Seasons anymore. It just got a bit tedious. And that's fair, yeah. Part of that is because there hasn't been a break in between, so burnout. And then second, we keep having repeating styles of objectives. Like, they didn't vary up as much as I originally had hoped they might. Why during the Korriban incursion did they replace the Inquisitor Zin guy here with a different guy when you enter the academy? Maybe this guy got murder-rated. I don't know. Why, when they played Scratchy's skeleton like a xylophone, did the same rib cage produce two different notes? Someone should be fired for that mistake. Thank you, Simpsons. I do like that. That flashpoint's really fun to go through and kind of look at like who are the different Sith or Jedi protecting the temple on Republic or Imperial side, because they are obviously different. Pete says, do you still doing graphic design or full-time game streaming and influencing now? Hey, Pete! Oh my gosh, I'm definitely not doing full-time game streaming. That does not pay the bills. So I'm not actually really a graphic designer. My main thing is web design, I guess, and creating content in general. The main thing that I do now is website, and specifically website Swtorista.com is the thing that actually can pay the rent. But that's combined with streaming, obviously, and with YouTube as well. And I really appreciate all the support you guys give, because otherwise it can't be done. It don't work. But yeah, that's what I do. I love my guild, but half the time I just log in and have a dance party, observe, sometimes instigate Gen Chat chaos. Oh my gosh! You're the one doing all the chaos in Gen Chat! I do it! Not sure if you saw this during the news. Oh yes, we have a post up about Brazil yesterday. If you have any friends who are playing in Brazil who are unable to log in, tell them there's a special post on the developer forums about Brazil specifically. This will affect pretty much everyone in Brazil who's playing SWTOR. And I have a post up in translated Portuguese on Swtorista.com in the news section if they want it in Google Translate version. You have to do some specific things, and it might not be super clear when you're trying to log in what's wrong. Cram says, I'm going to continue to find questions that, in theory, are good questions, but then when you ask them out loud, you realize they're dumb and cause mental pain to the person you asked. Oh, you succeeded that one for sure. Oh yes, alright. Io says, grinding Galactic Seasons take up a lot of game time, and there's still some progress through just doing anything in the game anyways. I agree. I noticed I do Galactic Seasons every Tuesday, but even then, if I want to complete 7 objectives each week, that means I have to play at least 2 or 3 more days a week based on how much time I spend playing. And I don't necessarily want to spend more time playing. And it's like, if I play 5 days a week, and I play 2 to 3 days a week doing Galactic Seasons, I don't want to be in a guild. Les Murloc de Azeroth. Why does someone has a French guild called the Murloc Guild for World of Warcraft? Oh my goodness, that's funny. But that leaves only like 2 days a week to do whatever it is I actually want to do. And there's plenty of people who play less than 10 hours a week. That's actually quite a lot. That's 2 hours a day. It's kind of a ridiculous amount. Okay, when I was younger, I used to play way more than that. 10 hours a week, try 10 hours a day. Cram says, I'm going to be cutting it super close on Galactic Seasons tier 100. Yeah, and even if you're close, it's totally okay, because hopefully you've earned some cartel coins along the way and some credits, and you'll only have to just buy the last couple of levels there. Things are getting very weird these days. Starforge Pub Chat is getting more degenerate, while DK Chat is calling out weirdos. Like, what happened? The morals have flipped. That's very strange. Is this about talking about observing the vibes? Pete says, that can pay rent? Well, I'm so glad, because you deserve it for all you're doing for SWTOR community. Yes, thank you so much. I had to take it's not as stable as my other job was before when I was a full-time marketing director. But I like it a lot, and I like making stuff for you guys. The website's crazy. Like, it still blows my mind. It was something nuts, like 1 million people have visited it, and I'm like, how do you even 1 million people exist? Much less, you know... How do 1 million people exist? Period. The end. Much less, visiting my website. Are there any good Discords to find groups? Yes. Okay, so Lobtomos, first off, send me a message on Discord by private message to @Swtorista, and I'll get that fixed for you manually. And then second, discord.gg/SWTOR is the big SWTOR Discord. Why can't we see Timbo's character anymore? What happened to him? He disappeared. And that can maybe lead you to some other ones as well. 2 hours a day is not 10 hours a week. Yeah, 5 days a week. 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. And on the weekend, I go do other things, okay? Listen, I like clean my house. Listen, I sanded my counters the other day and installed a shelf in my kitchen. I do these type of things on the weekend. We went to the fair on Monday. That was fun. We don't usually get to do things together during the week because Mr. Swtorista is either, you know, working or sleeping. The sword. What happened? The more you make me hate you, the stronger I become, Harkin, says Timbo, the inanimate sword. Shadow says, I'm thinking of finishing the last storylines and starting Coffee, but I'm not sure which character is better. I just realized, what if... Should I check chat? No, Timbo did say hello B earlier, so I think I did get the correct Timbo. Yeah, I don't really use the in-game chat either. On the weekend I work. I guess that's kind of true, actually. The weekend is the only time that Mr. Swtorista is not home and not sleeping while I'm, like, awake and not working. So I, like, tend to use that time to, like, use the chop saw. Dig dirt. Be noisy. Crash things. Sand things. Drill things. Yay! Mr. Sleeperista. Yeah, he has to sleep during the daytime. Well, sort of. His schedule's a bit different now. Last I checked, you were the global authority on anything SWTOR. Uh-oh. I still look up your site for the stuff over a decade of playing. Oh, I thought you were going to point out something wrong, and I was like... I declined to comment. It's turning out I may want to play more like a suite. Like a suite? Oh no, I have to figure out where Timbo went. Lead field research area? I hope. Like a suite. Like a sweat, like a sweat, like a tryhard. Okay, got it. Do I need to be a sentinel instead of guardian for DPS? Sorry, I thought it was a typo. I thought you meant like you wanted to play more light side. So this isn't perfect, but the sentinel should actually... What were you playing? You're currently playing guardian? Let's see if I can pull up these stats. These aren't perfect. These aren't necessarily even the best indicator, but they are one way to kind of look at the differences in DPS. So let's take a look at Guardian real fast here. Guardian. Oh, but which Guardian are you? Guardian Vigilance Vengeance is hella high up there, at least for IP, BB, PvP. I always forget his name. Oh no, I think Timbo was back at the taxi. I think I went the wrong way. I have made a deadly mistake. I've made a terrible mistake. Hello from Brazil. Hey, Felipe. Did you see the news about Brazil and SWTOR about having to age verify? Did you do that process? Loe or Luigi says, your solo story guide is so helpful. I'm glad. Oh, I found Timbo. I'm glad you found it useful. I love that one too. I really like that guide. I actually use it quite a bit when I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Oh, we have to go into the tombs. To the tombs. Actually not entirely sure where we're going. Going on a little adventure. Oh, I see. You need to do the thing with these guys. Got it, got it. Fight them, evil. Valley of the Dark Lords. I think I forgot to pick up the quest, but that's big whatever. Yeah, Vigilance is hot, 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 and that's a Guardian class. I actually really like that one. It's super easy to play. A true sweaty would run Guardian for Slam Tank builds. Which one would be Slam Tank for the Guardian? Would that be Vengeance? Are those the same one? I just joined your guild and I'm on trial stage. What content do you recommend to hasten my profile to full member? Yeah, great question, Skylandress. So I'm not currently on like the recruitment team, and I'm not in volunteership right now. So I'm not as in touch with everything, but at least when we were originally setting up recruitment, we didn't want you to rush things very much. We wanted to get to know you and you get to know us. It's more like follow the list of objectives. It'll probably say something like do 2 things with the guild or something like that. Just do that. Do stuff with them. Get to know people. Make sure you don't hate us. And we'll make sure we don't hate you. The end. It's really not really more complicated than that. That chat size, listen, is right now I need to see the whole world of chat. I should really catch up on the story and take a break from grinding materials. Listen. Variety is the spice of life. Except when you're grinding out spice to sell. Then it's not the spice of life. The spice of life is spice. I think it's really good to like when you're like, I need a break from this. One of the great things about MMOs, you can just jump between different types of stuff. Oh, I see. They picked up this quest over here. Oh. Let's see. Should I put together an outfit? I don't know. I feel like if I start putting together an outfit, I'm gonna get distracted and then I'm gonna like lose track of what we're doing. Ah! Winter! Winter said, oh my god, you won't believe this. I do believe it. Hey, level up Timbo, nice. Winter has came and said hi to us. Oh, I think we're taking the taxi now. Trying to put this, Oh, I don't want that kitty cat outfit on. Hang on.
Help me, Obi-Wan.
I've put some more gear pieces on, but I don't know which ones. Hey, Winter, nice to see you over here with everyone. Hi, you guys. We're following another player around while they're doing their class story. We're just kind of wandering around on Korban. I'm trying to see if I can put together an outfit without getting too far behind there. Hey, Lacrosse, thank you very much. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Swtorista promotes spice distribution. Absolutely. And hey there, Quiet Wisp. Thanks for saying hi for the first time. What is a slam tank? That is a great question. A slam tank is one of these ability classes. I believe it's Vengeance. I always forget though, and possibly get it wrong. Ooh, look, a thing. Yeah, well, I'm almost there. Okay, I made it. And it's called Slam Tank because you just go, sorry, Slam Spam, because you just go pounding the ground, like you flip over in a circle and you like smash the ground with your lightsaber. And at one point you could do that like at ad infinitum, like just over and over and over and over. It was like the best way to play. You have to fix some buttons. Good luck, Winter. I hope that goes well. I hope your buttons get fixed. I'm guessing 7.9 has been delayed. Great question. Great guess. We're guessing that too, but we don't really know. Yeah, we don't know. We're still waiting. Yeah, Slam Spam. It's not as ridiculously overpowered as it used to be, but it's still a very fun way to play and very effective way to play. It's Spam. Vengeful Slam is the ability name. What's it called Republic side? Unvengeful Slam? Space Barbie, says Paper, is the only other reason I've barely progressed my story. It gets in the way of everything. Cram says, as a fellow trial member, minimum 14 days regardless of how many events you take place in. Yeah, okay, cool. That's what I thought. Skylanders, just follow the instructions that are in your Discord post for sure. Immortal Slam, Slam of Justice. Oh, Vicious Slam, Vengeful Slam, Unvengeful Slam, Devicious Slam, Slam Burger. How come no one's ever called them Slam Burgers before? Come on. Quiet says, I just saw your view a while ago about the Remnants of Hope Guild. Oh, wow. Quiet. That's so crazy. That is such an old video. I'm actually not with them anymore. I don't play with Remnants of Hope. I'm glad to hear that you're having fun with them over in Guild Wars 2. I'm actually with Nexus right now. And actually, what's interesting is Nexus is basically most of the SWTOR division kind of branched off to Nexus. So glad to hear you have you've been playing, been having fun with them in Guild Wars 2. If you are looking for similar feelings of that video, I have them towards Nexus now for SWTOR. Is the population any different between Empire and Republic on Starforge? I believe so. Yes, I believe Empire is quite a bit more calculated, quite a bit more populated there. Vigilant Thrust for Jedi Guardian. So Imperial side, what is that? Unvigilant Thrust or Hyper Vigilant Thrust? I was looking at all the emotes and dances, and there's some good pelvic thrusts in some of those dances. So I'm guessing that's how the Republic saves the day with dancing. Thanks for all the effort, says Death Jedi. You put into demystifying SWTOR. Oh, that's such a nice way to put it. How many characters is too many characters? Am I at 65? No, I'm at 64 right now, right? I'm safe? I figured out I don't have to create another character. I'm safe for now. Yazler says, is someone from Brazil having trouble to log into the game? Hey, Yazler, are you from Brazil? They did something specific to Brazil because of their age verification requirements. Here is the info if you need it, or if you needed to pass on the information. So Teresa, darling, any exclusive leaks about 8.0? You think I would just tell you if I knew anything exclusive? You think I would just pop it out right here? No, I'd be making a video about that stuff and making sure everybody can see it, not just everybody right here. Also, I don't have any. Everything I know about 8.0, I get to learn at the exact same time as you guys do from the, like, from the developers' streams. Slam burgers are a dish at Denny's, and how you serve up slam spam. Yeah, silly. There's a little like fruit fly or something. Get out of here. Uh-oh. No way. Are the expansions mostly like the same for both sides when playing them, or are there differences? Great question. Marcus. So Republic and Imperial side will be different on some expansions, but not others. So the first two expansions, Rise of the Hutt Cartel and Shadow of Revan. Sorry, hang on. Rise of the Hutt Cartel is very different. Shadow of Revan is mildly different. Knights of the Fallen Empire and Knights of the Eternal Throne are pretty much the same, Republic and Imperial, but there is some big differences you can see if you go dark or light side, or which other decisions you make, which is pretty cool. They're just not faction specific. Let's kill that guy. Yeah, he's not on our quest, but let's get him. And then the latest two expansions, Legacy of the Sith and Onslaught, they are mostly the same story, but with some major differences in who you're talking to, Imperial and Republic side. Like in the last story update we got called Master's Enigma, there's like a 10-minute straight cutscene of you talking to either the Republic or talking to the Empire, and you're essentially going to the same place in the end, but it feels very different. It's a whole different cast of characters that you're talking to, and the tone is very different too. You know, talking to the Dark Council versus talking to a bunch of Republic envoys. And so the last two expansions are more like that, but I hope that answered your question. Yeah. There's still plenty of groups trying to get together in pub chat. It definitely depends. Yeah, so there's blah blah blah. Definitely more players Imperial side, but you're usually fine Republic side too. It just happens that most players like to play Imperial, and that actually goes for all servers. Lacrosse says the amount of cartel coins I would spend if they would sell the double XP boost on there. Aw, no, double XP is special event. Special event for you to log into. Hey, Burlar. Should I be rotating my companions out to level them all together, or max one then the next? Teflon, that's... Oh my gosh, your name is Teflon Slam! We have the ultimate slam spam right here, Teflon. That's amazing. We were talking about an ability called Slam, Vengeful Slam. Oh, I love this cutscene. I'm just gonna take my hands off and watch. It's really up to you. I like to have at least one level 50 companion in general, because if things are difficult, like if you're doing a hard fight, having a level 50 companion is really nice. However, when I'm doing a story, I like to bring along the companion whose company I enjoy, or who I think might have the most dialogue lines, who I think might have more talking in the cutscenes based on like what's going on. It's honestly super up to you though. There's no real right answer to that one. So like when I play, I tend to play less efficiently so I can, you know, see the story. Hey there, Abuchiko. 64 characters is how many characters I have. It's kind of ridiculous. Kind of ridiculous right now by a lot. And yeah, absolutely, Marcus. Venore says, sucks because I'm thinking on doing Trooper Story, but I'm stuck playing Republic to do that. That's right, yeah, no cross-faction troopering, right? It wouldn't really make any sense otherwise. Oh yeah, Felipe says, amazing your walls. And someone else said, someone whose name started with a K said something nice about my wall behind me before too. So this is actually an art project that I made. It's textured. It's not a poster or anything like that, both of them. There's the flower wall in the back is all made of flowers that I got from the thrift store over a long period of time. Then I sorted them and I one by one hand glued them and poked holes and hand glued them into a giant cardboard frame. And it's just like a hopeful kind of piece of art, hope for the future, color, joy, you know. And then this one here on the side was after I completed my beautiful flower wall, I was like, oh, the rest of my wall is sad. And I had enjoyed playing with cardboard for the previous one, so I wanted to see if I could make dragon scales out of cardboard, and I did! And I painted them to kind of match the color scheme that I'd gotten from the flowers based on what flowers I had, you know. And then lastly, do you see the green bit in the background there? Those are all the leftover leaves from the flowers. I just had so many leftovers, so I was like, I'll make another thingy. Yeah, but the leaves one was a little different. Instead of gluing them in, I wanted to see if I could be even more reuse, recycle, and I sewed them in with a needle and thread into the cardboard. So I'd just poke a hole with a needle kind of thing, which was pretty cool, but very time consuming. I'm actually doing that same project again, but I'm making little hexagons now. Is this a boosted character? It sure is, actually. Yeah, it is a boosted character. It's just one that I have on the French server, Leviathan server. Yeah, I have a lot of characters. I have way too many. It's because I run the website and just I've been playing for a long time is the answer to why. Is there any real difference between expansions if you play a non-force class? Because I'm about to start Rise of the Hutt Cartel as my smuggler. Rise of the Hutt Cartel is great for the smuggler. Like, that fits in really well. You're doing some little kind of smuggling there, basically. The later expansions, people like to say that they're better for a force user character, however. When you get to the Knights of the Fallen Empire and Knights of the Eternal Throne, people tend to say, oh, Timbo, tend to say that they're better if you play them on a force using character like a Jedi or a Sith. Are some companions better than others? So very interesting enough, two different players recently did two different big comparisons on the companions. There's definitely some that are better than others, but the most important piece of data I think that we got out of it is that honestly it's not enough for anybody to properly care unless they're kind of like really dedicated to having the best of the best, I guess. If it makes sense, I've used whatever companions I enjoyed their company of or just happened to have on that character for even some of the hardest content in the game so far. The biggest difference when it comes to more difficult content that you have with your companions out, for example, the Eternal Championship or the chapters in Veteran Mode or Hard Mode, those are just the most difficult solo content we have available. What matters more is your companion's influence level, so hopefully influence level 50. Their role, so tank, healer, DPS, and compared to your character's role, tank, healer, DPS. And lastly, whether they are melee or ranged can make a big difference in some of the fights. Is there a site or way, hey there, Grim? Oh, that question was from Grim. Yeah, Grim, I hope that answered your question earlier. Is there a site or way? I'm trying to find the question. I can't find it! Okay, Timbo's quick traveling. Guessing they're heading to laboratory. Perfect. Is there a site or way to check the server population over the different servers? I would like to find a server with players, and the EU German servers seem to be very empty where all my characters are at. So there's no good way to check it. So Darth Malgus, most people tend to say that it's more than populated enough. The German server, I think, is less populated than Darth Malgus, but Darth Malgus is the most populated Euro server, and there's usually not too many complaints about it. It may have to do with what your time zone is that you're playing during. So, for example, if you're playing when Europe is sleeping, there's not much you can do about that. An easy way to check out what the grass might be greener on the other side is to make a level 1 character on Starforge, level them up to level 10, which shouldn't take too long, and then go to the fleet, and you can kind of see what the Republic or Imperial fleet is populated like. Oh, I did the dark side option. Timbo's like, no, I wanted to do the light side option. Lost my train of thought just a second. Oh yeah, and you can see what the population is like on that server. That's the general suggestion that we like to say during the time that you like to play. Check it. Oh my gosh, I won the rolls. I'm sorry. I wanted to let you talk too, Timbo. Hope life has been treating you good. Ah, thanks for the nice wishes. Venore says, wait, so veteran mode can be soloed? I thought story mode was the only solo thing. So these are the chapters. The whole conversation's a bit complicated. The chapters for Knights of the Fallen Empire and Knights of the Eternal Throne, they are designed to be soloed, both story, veteran, and master. But veteran and master get very, very, very hard. And you can actually bring along a friend, which is nice. Though they don't get credit. I actually have to get going, Timbo. Thanks for letting me follow you around. Timbo, I have to go to school. Goodbye. Thanks for playing together. Timbo says me. Absolutely you, Timbo. Thanks for playing with me. Cameron says thank you, Timbo, as well. Alright, you guys, I gotta get going. Thanks for playing. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. So we'll be here tomorrow. We're actually gonna be running... So this is gonna be some information for those of you who want to try operations but never have yet. Tomorrow we are going to be playing Karaga's Palace, and we're potentially going to even be doing multiple runs. Karaga's Palace is the easiest operation or raid. Twitch... SWTOR directory. The easiest operation or raid in the entire game. You must be level 80, Starforge server, will be Republic side, and you need to be subscribed to the game. That's just the rules of the game. If you meet those basic requirements, we would love to bring you along for Karaga's Palace. Hey! Hi, yes! We would love to bring you along. We really like bringing along people who have never been before. It's chaotic, fun, easy. You don't have to worry about being good enough. We will just literally run around and be chaotic and kill things. But if you want to join us, show up at 7:50 a.m. tomorrow, Pacific time. I put a little information about the ops in the Twitch chat, and I'll see you guys soon. Timbo says thank you. See you later, guys. Bye. Have a great day.